It is from numberless diverse acts of courage and belief that human history is shaped. Each time a person stands up for an ideal or acts to improve the lot of others, he sends forth a ripple of hope. For James LeVoy Sorenson, visionary, inventor, entrepreneur, and philanthropist, the ripple of his legacy is profound and far-reaching. Jim inherited a rich heritage from his parents and left an even richer legacy for those that follow him. The legacy Jim received from his parents was not one of money, but of principles and habits that would serve Jim throughout his lifetime. Confronted with untreated dyslexia, he fashioned himself into a poet to capture the rhythms of language. Through the patient application of hard-won entrepreneurial wisdom, Jim rose from abject poverty to become one of the world's most successful entrepreneurs.
For him, the presence of a problem seems to be a stimulus for him to go out and find a solution. And I think he's been very successful at that, and it's benefited a lot of people.
You know, he has a favorite word that he uses all the time, and it's yet. You know, I have not been able to do this yet. Well, the yet there is a little kernel that reflects the positive attitude that he has about everything.
This is a man who, once he identifies and locks onto a goal, is absolutely tenacious, simply doesn't say die, will continue to persist until he changes a conceptual idea into a new reality.
He's definitely an original, and he's definitely maybe a square peg in a round world in some ways, but that's what has been his strength too.
Jim is a maverick, but he makes things happen, and he's able to see way ahead. You never tell Jim he can't do something, because he'll really go to great lengths to prove that he can.
From humble beginnings in Idaho, California, and Utah, Jim grew to become one of the world's most influential inventors of medical devices. During the course of his career, Jim obtained more than 40 patents. Without extensive formal education, Jim has envisioned and developed pioneering medical innovations that have become commonplace in operating rooms and intensive care units throughout the world, and improved or helped save the lives of thousands of individuals. These innovations include the first disposable plastic catheter, the first disposable surgical mask, pioneering systems for blood recycling and infusion, and advanced equipment for monitoring cardiovascular systems in real time.
It was the foundation for our whole physiological monitoring of patients and keeping them alive during that critical period when their own control systems weren't operating the way they should. It's one of the miracles of medicine, and Jim played a vital role in providing a big piece of that puzzle. He can look with pride back on what he's accomplished in the way of facilitating modern health care.
James LeVoy Sorenson's quest to improve lives extends beyond the medical device frontier. He is a significant contributor to research that extends human understanding and connections of genetic relationships. As he approached the ripe young age of 80, when most people would have long since retired, Jim was rushing headlong into one of his greatest projects, creating organizations that help people identify their ancestors and potential living relatives. The nonprofit Sorenson Molecular Genealogy Foundation connects individuals and families throughout the world and across generations by building the world's foremost collection of correlated genetic and family history information.
We believe that if people throughout the world know how tightly they actually are connected with each other, how tightly they are related to each other, that they're ultimately going to treat each other differently. And that's the driving purpose behind this particular project.
One of the signature elements of Jim's approach to business and life is his commitment to serving humanity. Jim's many philanthropic pursuits include creation of the Sorenson Multicultural Center in Salt Lake City, the renovations of Salt Lake City's Cathedral of the Madeleine, and the LDS Nauvoo Temple, a new advanced center for deaf studies at Gallaudet University, and a program to foster research and curriculum development for fine arts programs benefiting children in public schools. Jim's dedication to quality health care led him to devote considerable resources to the development of medical facilities and programs created by Intermountain Healthcare. In 2003, he directed $14 million to the development of the J.L. Sorenson Heart and Lung Center, one of the world's premier treatment facilities, at the new flagship Intermountain Medical Center in Murray. In 2006, Jim donated $2 million to the J.L. Sorenson Heart and Lung Center at Intermountain's Dixie Regional Medical Center in St. George, Utah's first advanced facility of its kind outside the Wasatch Front. And in 2007, he dedicated $6 million to the new Sorenson Patient Tower at the Intermountain Medical Center.
I think Jim really serves as an example to all of us because he is looking to the future. He's continually looking to innovate, to create, to bring the very best possible, and then to dream beyond what's possible now and to look at what might be possible in the future.
Despite his storied career and humanitarian efforts, however, Jim's crowning legacy is his family. His 8 children, 47 grandchildren, 20 great-grandchildren and counting. Now in his 80s, Jim shows no signs of slowing down his professional, humanitarian, or family-related activities.
He cares about his community, about its culture, about its faiths, and about his family. This is a man who fundamentally cares very deeply about people and about the people closest to him.
You're trying to figure out how you can leave the world better than you found it, that's all. And your reward is there. Not looking for rewards beyond this point in time. The reward is with you right now.